Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Susie with Gemini Connect, and today I'm here with the brand new Samsung Galaxy S10 smartphone. I just picked mine up on Friday, and I've been spending all weekend shooting photos, videos, and vlogs. In this video, we're going to talk more about the photo and video features of this phone, and I will show you some sample footage of shooting with this phone out on the field. So let's get started. So a few years ago, I had the chance to play around with the Samsung Galaxy S8 smartphone, and that was actually my gateway into doing video. And I was just taking vacation videos, and while I was doing that and just reviewing them every day, I was just amazed at the quality. I mean, the 4K video that comes out of the smartphone is truly mind-blowing. So I've been a professional photographer for the past 10 years, and even though I have a lot of different cameras of different sizes, I still use my smartphone for a fair amount of the videos that I do, especially when it comes to everyday vlogging and social media photos and videos. So for that reason, I am still a really firm believer that the camera that you have with you the most often, which is probably your smartphone, is among your most powerful tools. So in today's video, I'm not going to go into a lot of the specs and a lot of the big features and highlights of this phone. We're going to stick mostly to photo and video features. So the Samsung Galaxy S10 actually has 4 different phones under it. You have the 10e, the 10, the 10 Plus, and the 10 5G. So the 10e is the cheapest and the 10 5G is the most expensive. So the S10 is like the second tier phone in that line. But honestly, all 4 phones are excellent in terms of photo and video features. So the S10 I thought was a really good compromise between a decent price point and some really good photo and video features. So that is the phone that I ended up choosing. By far the feature that I love about this phone the most is the fact that it now comes with 4 different cameras built in. In the front, you have your front-facing selfie camera that shoots at 10 megapixels, and in the back you have 3 different cameras. You have your regular rear camera, your ultra-wide camera, and your telephoto/portrait lens camera. Now in practice, switching between these cameras is pretty easy. So next to the shutter button, you have your selfie button, which allows you to activate the front-facing camera to start shooting vlogs or selfies. And in photo or video mode, you now have a toggle that allows you to go between the ultra-wide to the regular camera to the telephoto camera. And so I absolutely love that feature about the S10 camera. I love this feature so far where I can go zoom to mid to wide, just touching the buttons. All right, we saw a little hummingbird just land in a bush here. So I'm gonna try to zoom in.
How cool would it be to film a hummingbird fly on your S10? There it goes.
The second thing I really love about the S10 is the fact that the front-facing camera can now shoot up to 4K video. Now this is huge because in most other Android phones, the front-facing camera usually gives you the least amount of quality in terms of video resolution. So now you can use that front-facing camera to do 4K videos, and that's really great for vlogging if you want the highest quality resolution out of your videos. So we're in our new neighborhood, and we are testing the new S10. We're not using a gimbal, we're not using a microphone, so we're gonna see how the in-camera stabilization is. Alright, so we're here at Seaward Park, and we have not found the herons yet, but we found a lot of cormorants, which we like to call burping birds, because it sounds like they're burping whenever they make any sounds.
Well, you are Korean. Yeah, let me know if you figure out how to use that thing.
The only problem with shooting 4K video is that those files are extremely large. So if you're planning to shoot in that format, you're going to want to make sure that you get a really large micro SD card and have lots of internal and external storage space for those video files. The third thing I really love about shooting photos and videos on the S10 is the fact that video recording is almost instantaneous. On the S8, I found that every time I hit the record button to start recording a video, it would take a few seconds for that camera to start recording. And that was really hard to shoot spontaneous video. In the S10, I find that video recording is almost instantaneous once I hit that record button. So it's allowed me to be a lot more spontaneous when I'm shooting my videos out in the field. The fourth feature I really love about the S10's camera is live focus. I don't know. Yeah. That's cool, stand there. Yeah. So one of the reasons why professional photographers still prefer DSLR or mirrorless cameras is the fact that those cameras are really great at bokeh or bokeh. And if you don't know what that is, that's that smooth, creamy, blurred out background that you sometimes get in photos. And up until recently, smartphones have had a really hard time replicating that bokeh or bokeh effect. But smartphones have been getting progressively better, and live focus is one of the best ways to achieve that bokeh or bokeh effect in your photos. I'm really having fun with this live focus and all these faces. So to get to live focus, just open up your S10's camera and toggle over to live focus. And once you're there, you have 4 different options. You have the regular bokeh blur effect. You can also create a circular swirl bokeh, or you can go for that zoomed in effect, or you can do selective color points. So live focus is a way to add a little creative flair to your photos and to add more attention on specific parts of your image. And one of the best parts about live focus is that once you shoot it in the phone, in the live focus mode, you can actually go back and adjust the effect. The 5th thing I really love about the S10's camera is that there are lots of little built-in helpers to help you take a better photo or to avoid taking a bad photo. So within the camera settings, there are 3 different intelligent features. Number 1 is the scene optimizer, which helps you optimize the shot for the scene that you're trying to shoot. Number 2 is shot suggestions, and I actually love this feature the most because it almost gamifies the whole experience of taking photos. So when you have shot suggestions enabled, you can line up your camera with the scene in front of you and a little dot appears. And the camera actually analyzes the scene in front of it and it places the dot where it thinks you can take the best photo for the scene. And if you line up your camera with that dot, a photo is automatically taken. It might seem a little gimmicky, but in practice, I really love this feature and I think it's a really great way to find creative angles that you may not have been thinking of initially. And under shot suggestions, you also have flaw detection. Now this notifies you if someone in your photo blinks, or if the photo looks too blurry, or if there's something obstructing your camera lens. So that's a great feature to make sure that you're not taking a bad photo by mistake. And the 6th and final feature of the S10's camera that I think is worth mentioning is the built-in microphone. Whether you're shooting front-facing or rear-facing, I find that the built-in internal microphone of the S10 is fantastic. It is really great at picking up voices and also eliminating any background noise or wind. This will be a really interesting test since we're out in the park and it's a little windy. We don't have a wind muff or a windscreen. So we'll see how the front-facing camera with the internal mic is going to handle all this wind, and if it can pick me up at all. We had a pet crawfish for a bit.
And then you ate it?
No, we did not eat it, but yeah, whenever I see crawfish for food, it does remind me of that pet crawfish. And previously, I used to use this Rode VideoMic Me, and it just plugs into the microphone jack or the audio port.
Just a few filters, one for each lens, will really dramatically elevate the quality of your landscape photography.
So this microphone pretty much lived on my S8 whenever I was shooting video, but on the S10 and the experiments that I did for video, I actually find that I don't even need an external mic. So this one's probably going to be up for sale. If you're interested in buying one, let me know. So overall, I absolutely love the S10. I am just blown away by the camera. I think that the photo and video quality of this phone is fantastic. But there's one thing in particular that I absolutely hate about this phone, and that is the layout of the camera. So on my S8, whenever I would open up the camera app, there was a shutter in the middle for taking a still photo, and right next to it was a red record button. So I could easily switch between taking a photo and taking a video. But in this new version of the camera, you now have to toggle between photo mode and video mode. There's no longer a single button that allows you to just quickly start recording. And after using this camera more, I understand why that probably is. There are just so many different photo and video features in this phone, and it's really hard to activate them. but I find it to be really annoying, and I really wish I just had an easy shutter and record button. So there you have it, 6 features that I absolutely love about shooting photo and video on the Samsung Galaxy S10 smartphone. And now I'd love to turn it over to you. What do you think about the S10? Are you gonna upgrade? Have you upgraded already? Do you love the photos, love the videos? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.